so glad to have the CJ done. Take a look at this thing, and not only do I love the stance of this, but the performance of this truck is incredible. As usual, we have driven and tested this thing long time before we put out the actual product for it. We're going to dig in and take a look. So this is the LRT2 transmission and transfer case conversion. It also includes a servo mount in the front. And all of that center stuff that used to be in that CJ chassis is completely gone. You just unbolt it and take it out, and that's it. There's two holes you need to drill into the skid plate for this conversion. As you can see, the front of the skid plate on the right, and two holes in the web, and they bolt into the bottom of that little bracket right there you can see under the drive shaft. That's it, just some Loctite. The screws are included. And the front of the motor plate is bolted onto those two brackets right there. I'll show you that. There's the screw for the front motor mounts. It's at the bottom of that shock tower, and it's just that bottom screw on the shock tower goes right through the frame into that new mount, and the new mount has the bolt for the motor plate. So boom, there you go. All the stuff in the front is ripped out, gone, ready for an engine. There's the other side screw, the other side of the shock tower, and that screw in the very center of the screen, that goes into the servo mount. So there's new hardware there. The servo mount for the CJ is way up front. There's all the factory body mounting is still there. It kind of sits where the radiator is behind the rad. So no problems. Come on camera, here we go. And then you just bolt the servo right into it. I'm recommending that you put all the screws together slightly loose, and then once everything is all attached and it's all just sort of sitting there, then you tighten all the screws. The servo blocks just hold the servo in exactly the right spot. No problem with steering geometry or any of that stuff. Clears the factory motor. It's just too easy. I think the only mod we did was extend the front suspension arms by about 2 millimeters using the factory turnbuckles. We moved the wheelbase forward slightly in the front, just because it cleared the tires better for steering. Geometry's good. That's the factory track bar, new push rod, factory tie rod that goes across the steering. Same servo. We use all the factory stuff for the conversions. And take a look at the clearance now. Like, the transmission alone that was in there weighs more than the LRT2. So we've lightened up this truck. With the cage off it and the transmission out, we've lost over a pound on the weight of the vehicle, which of course makes it drive way better. And now there's tons and tons of interior room and a low center of gravity. Drive shaft angle is pretty much mint. The front drive shaft is just about as straight as you can get, same as the rear. All the factory parts can be used. If you need drive shaft extensions, Axial has those. And of course we changed our shocks to Core products. They'll be available soon at the GCM website. And the Core product shocks look amazing. Thanks for watching. Happy transmissions.